Whew. Sheesh. Icy.
What happened?
Oh, he's here.
Oh,
Thought
what's
you were
up,
streaming,
007?
broski.
What's up?
Do you have an announcement to make? Do you have like things that are coming up that you'd like to share with us? New events or something that you wish to be part of? Would you like to share that? Would you like to just keep it quiet for now and bring a surprise a little later?
I'll let you do that, man. Got too depressed today.
All right. Okay. So we'll just wait till the announcement then. We're working on something more content to throw out to you guys, and 007 is part of it. So we're all excited. Stay tuned.
All right, y'all. I gotta head off, but I hope you have a good weekend. Hope everybody enjoyed our Is It a FUD Meter Kip Waffle House? The FUD meter is the podcast. You can listen to that or watch Wags's place. That's a good FUD indicator right here. Love it. Or ask JTW what bottle of wine he's drinking for the day. That will tell you a little bit about what he thinks about the state of things.
That's a fact.
The other thing as well, I'd suggest, if you haven't taken the time to fill out the survey, we love to see our performances continually grow within the community because it only makes everything better for everyone else. So we definitely look at all of your comments that you guys leave to implement to make it better for you guys. So we appreciate everything you guys do. So thank you. And thank you for having me, and thanks 007 for crashing this party.
Well, thanks for being here, man. I'm super stoked to finally have a chat.
Absolutely. For anyone that's still listening, my DMs are always open. You guys can always ask me questions. I'm very easy to talk to. I might seem like I'm not approachable at times. People think I'm the horrible moderator, but I'm not. So life is good.
Byron, your roast to knowledge ratio was it wasn't even 50-50 today. I want to say it was like 60-40.
I thought you were leaving already.
That's my cue. Deuces. Bye. Bye. I'll let 007 cover my ground for me. I tried to bring him in earlier because I was outnumbered. I needed people on my team.
Maybe Taylor will stick up for you next year.
I'll always stick up for Taylor as long as he continues to have the world's greatest hair.
Who's got longer hair, you or him?
Oof. If he took his dreads out and like we flat ironed it, like we washed it, like I flat ironed it, like straightened it, whatever. But I'm
How
about
long?
to get my hair cut, so we'll see.
How long would that take?
To take his dreads out?
And wash them.
Like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, maybe.
Nah.
He's gonna comb one dread out.
You have to be careful because it's your hair. You don't want to break it. Sometimes people just like cut them and then just buzz their head and start new, but that's wild.
That's what I did, but never grew back. So, life is short. At 007, are you still here?
Yeah.
Are you hosting your Twitch tonight?
Yeah, we have it on. We're streaming the podcast.
Okay, so we're very sorry to overstep on your territory, but thanks for barging in, like Byron said.
We can continue on for another 30 minutes if you want. You have to
We have another meeting to go to soon.
Yeah, what time's that? Is it quarter after, right?
Yeah, quarter till. Quarter till 5.
Okay.
You guys are the reason they make those memes when people talk about like quarter to half till. Like just say 4:45. Just say
4:45. EST.
Right?
Thank you. There he is.
What's wrong with a quarter?
A quarter is 25 cents in America, and then a quarter is also 15, and a quarter is a fourth, but however you apply a fourth to whatever is the quarter you refer to. Kids these days don't understand how to read a clock, so that's problematic.
As she has an Apple Watch.
I do not have an Apple Watch.
Well, that got awkward.
I never will. I want to be able to go off grid,
Oh, yeah, I'd appreciate that too. Less
What
phone
if
calls.
what if you fall? No one's going
Help!
to
I
be there to
fallen and I
save you.
can't get up. I have my life
She's
alert
got
put on
life
me,
alert.
Guru. I got my walker on deck. What do you want me to say? I got like a bullhorn on the walker. Like I'm so
Yes.
ancient and fragile. I'm just gonna collapse at any given moment. No,
There you go.
You
That's
never
what.
know.
Well, thank you for that.
You could be walking on the beach in Florida and someone could have made like a little trap in the sand and you would have never known.
I actually didn't know. And I've had that happen to me a few times on the beach. Like jellyfish, I don't see them because I just like la 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 la. But the jellyfish are clear, and so they blend in with the background of the sand and everything. And I've almost been stung by jellies. I didn't know what horseshoe crabs were. I thought that horseshoe crabs were like small, tiny, cute crabs, like hermit crabs or something. But then the first time I saw one of those, I thought it was like the stingray that, murdered Steve Irwin because it's just got, if you don't know what a horseshoe crab is, Google it right now. But it's like a frisbee size, and then
An
it's got the
armored
barb on the
stingray.
back. Yeah, it's an armored. Oof.
It's
I've
the
seen
armadillo of the sea.
the the dillos.
Did
I
I just
love it.
see Daddy Dizzy just join the chat, the podcast?
It's
Really?
daddy. No, hey, I gotta pop off for real though, but I'll talk to y'all in a little bit.
Finally.
Ugh, she's gone. That's my cue, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoy Byron over me. If
It's
you ever see Byron in the chat and I'm not there, hosting the podcast, you know why. Maybe 007 will feature me on the earnings. He'll be like, Amy's here to talk about
you don't
Etsy.
have to wake up as early to be on his stream,
You
so
know, you're right. It's really cracking into my 1 or 2 p.m. rise time to be
yeah,
doing
your
this
makeup will be on by that time anyways, so.
podcast. Okay. Love you,
But it might
Byron.
cut into your date life, so maybe not do that.
Now, what I'd like to know is how many will leave because she left, right? So we should have an announcement saying, now, Amy just left the podcast. You guys can barge in now.
Oh my God, it's just doubled.
There you go. So, Byron, what are your expectations for, let's say, in the next 5 years? How do you see yourself with Xtrades, and how do you picture yourself with the rest of the family?
With
Do you have
5 years,
Yeah,
shoot,
well, let's say a
this is
year. Let's say, like, cut it to a
this is
year.
intense. Honestly, like the amount of stuff that I do for Xtrades behind the scenes um, is I do a lot, but I constantly see the growth within Xtrades. I want to see. I've definitely wanted to implement some things. I have a whole kind of like a course I want to submit one of these days, but JTW has seen some of the stuff. If you've ever looked at those channels,
Oh, I
but
have. Oh, you got some great stuff going on in there.
so there's a lot of things that I want to definitely implement, but I honestly see Xtrades continuing to grow no matter what. Solid foundation with members. We're constantly growing. Like over this year, like shoot, how many new members or team members have been joining our team? We're constantly growing. We have new, like we have our prospects. Huge talent within the group. So I feel like as we age and get fine wined, as traders, there's always going to be new ones with like new styles. Like you have people in the group that talk about like a wheel trading, whatever, and that just reminds me of like the wagon wheels you'd eat when you were younger. So it's just kind of like misleading of like what I want. But like there's always going to be these new things that help someone in some way. Like, I would love to see more bears in the group. You know, my favorite trader right now, I probably have to say, like in the stock, Wags don't shoot me, but Moneybags, I love how like he's free spirited about shorting stocks where everyone's so bullish. Like it's nice to have that mix of hidden talent of like he can play both sides of the market, and that's what Xtrades is all about because we're constantly finding these hidden gems within the community, like JTW for an example, or even 007. Like you guys were never analysts at one point. Like you started from being just a member and worked your way up. So there's constant growth. With Kevin's plan, I feel like we're just going to be constantly growing. Like we have Dan coming on board full time as our developer. So we're just gonna have tons and tons of new things coming out. So it's gonna look good.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I can tell you that much. Especially when the new app drops. That's gonna be awesome.
Absolutely. It's like like at times you look at something and you're like, how can you expand on this? Um, but like there's always some way to improve it. So
Kevin will find a way. He'll find a way to take it and make it better.
absolutely, like we have, like, how many people when you brought out your NTS, how many new scripts from the group have been implemented on Xhub? Like there's just amazing talent left and right. So
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's been awesome to watch, sort of, especially the team grow, right? I mean, obviously, I think we twice last year had to go to Discord and say, "Hey, we've hit our cap on the number of users we can have in our server. We need to get bumped up to the next level." So membership's always kind of been on that steady track, but to see the team grow and see some of the people that have come to Xtrades that we've identified as having sort of the it factor, the X factor, for being able to provide some real value to the community has just been awesome. There's some good talent spotting happening.
absolutely, like there's right now, like we're constantly, like, as some of you guys might know, or most of you guys know, like Crypto Traders is our like little sister crypto group that we have. And as of late, like we've kind of like merged some of our memberships. So if you're a lifetime member within Xtrades, like you have the services of our Crypto Traders. So we're giving you both for the price of one, which has definitely helped a lot of people because we sometimes just love to trade 24/7, but the stock market gives us X amount of time, and then you can just switch over and lose sleep and trade crypto. Like, the the possibilities are there.
Lose sleep and trade crypto. That's the way.
This is the
Absolutely.
way. Guru, do you get into crypto at all? I don't know if that's true.
Uh, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
MB2 trade, real quick, sorry. If you actually just join the server, it's just automatically applied, so you should have that there. But if you, yeah, just slide into my DMs, we can talk. Okay, go ahead,
I,
Guru.
I must say that I'm more interested now due to the um, NFTs and things that you can attach to. I'm maybe old school. However, I believe that someone with great charting um, abilities, it may become a little more, well, easier, I'd say, to trade crypto. But I know 007 has been pushing hard for me to join the community, and it's just a matter of time. I mean, JTW spent some time with me on Neptune and trading view, so I got converted. I even posted a video yesterday using it. So and I'm about to change a few things about how I do my recaps and education posts. But it's all about learning and not jumping in too quickly. But right now I'm still on the sideline watching. However, I understand that our team is getting better and better, and I'm also watching the fact that right now um, the Fed is really wanting to regulate crypto, while crypto was invented in order not to get regulated by the rest of the rules that are usually applied to the currency. So I'm interested in, and I'm watching that being kind of a black market kind of thing, and I'll jump in for sure eventually. But as in anything, it better start learning first, and then when you feel confident, you dive in.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, I've dabbled in it, and I'll pick up things just to basically buy and hold, but I would not consider myself a crypto trader where I'm looking for very strict entries, exits, and stop losses.
I think it's funny, like, on the topic of crypto, like, I have a couple Bitcoins myself, long holds. But like, I've even noticed that some companies are even like transferring your 401ks to be able to invest into crypto instead of the stock market and stuff. And I think that's pretty interesting of
Yeah,
what can be
that's the
done these
way.
days.
That's the way.
Like tax free. You're 65, like why not?
Well, actually, New York's mayor, this guy that just became mayor, he just took his first payment in crypto. So,
Really,
yeah,
that's
it's
pretty.
pretty. It's a lot of like, there's a lot of people starting to transition to this, like taking their payments in crypto. And I was just wondering, man, like, if you decide to take your payment in crypto, how do they track that? Like, you know, how does your company or how does the government track that your company gave you money in crypto? What if they just don't pay you? And they'd be like, and they say, "Oh, I paid this employee in crypto. Obviously, you can't track it."
Right. Yeah, it's. I mean, well, I think they'd still have the whole, what is that? The W-2 or whatever that you'd have to have showing. But like, yeah, how do they track what happens with your post-tax earnings that go into crypto after that? They can't really, at least not at this point.
Yeah, and like yeah, they could put on W-2 that they pay you this much, but what if they never really transfer you that much in crypto? You know? Like, but
They
yeah,
give you the wrong wallet number.
yeah, it'd be like, yeah, but this guy he requested that he wanted to get like, he's payment in crypto. So I have it on the paper here. So if he's saying he didn't get it, I can show you the wallet and then they'll just send you the wallet that they sent to some other person, and be like, you see, this is the same amount that I promised I was paying him.
Went into an anonymous wallet that I also own.
Yeah. Cause like you can't really like the wallets don't have names. So but it will show the amount so they can show you that they did pay this X amount to this X wallet at that exact time, but
So
there's
they'll
no
just say
name on
it's
the
not
wallet.
yours. It's Guru. It's all along. It's not mine.
I feel like an X wallet is where you keep your X bits.
That's the
Those would
way.
be It's the way of the future.
Somebody asked when are we getting the X bits?
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'd take exhibits for sure.
Wait,
See
Guru.
that could be my my early stage of crypto trading.
Wait, Guru. Why don't we ask Kevin to pay us in crypto? Can we make this move already?
Kevin would probably
Po-
prefer that. He's probably got a massive amount of crypto.
Let's do it. Let's post Byron. Let's post the survey in top earner chat and see who wanna do it.
I remember, when was it? I'm trying to think who it was. I want to say Moonshoot, maybe. Um, like,
Moonshot.
I want to say like Kevin sent him X amount for being like a top performer or something. Like it was, I don't remember who it was, but I think it was Moon. But like we do those things all around. Like those that got their spooky surprises. Like it was. I hope it was definitely worth the wait. Because it's definitely not something you expect. I'm not gonna wreck it. I'm not gonna say what it was, but like how Xtrades is giving back to, the team. Like we just want everyone to feel appreciated, which we truly do appreciate everything that happens and everything. Like we have an amazing team. So, but as far as payment, I don't know if that's something you could ask, but I'm sure it probably wouldn't happen that way.
We should do a survey. That would be fun, see who would be like interested in just like to get
Do
it.
a survey of hopes and dreams just to be crushed. You want to get
Well, I mean, I've got a renter, one of my rental properties that, he's like, "Hey, man, do you care if I pay you like the next 6 months in Ethereum?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine."
Yeah, I remember Ether. I bought some when it was at like $144. It was a good times.
Oh yeah.
Or your Dogecoin, and I had over 1 million at one point when it wasn't even a penny, and I sold it when it hit a penny, and I was like, yes, this is great. Could have had a lot more, but life is good.
Life is good.
Honestly, like the biggest thing I hear sometimes is like, "Oh, I went from green to red," and it's like, "Well, why didn't you sell?" Or Guru's notorious for this. I should say I'm notorious for this because I'll send him a screenshot of like some heavy gains, but I didn't sell, and he's like, "Well, why didn't you sell?" Remember our picture rule? Like, if you take a picture, like you're happy with that gain, so sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And I break my own rule. It's like whatever. But like,
Yeah,
it's one of those things you just got to simplify it. Like make make something that's going to be like a consistency for you that if you're sharing a profit with a friend, that means you're happy with the gains. And just sell it. Like, the stock market's always going to be there. You can trade the next day and keep moving forward because, there's never a good time to look back at a trade and be like, I missed out. You sell for a loss, it's not a loss, it's a learning curve,
Yeah, I agree 100%.
and that picture rule is really important. I mean, the worst part is, let's say you take a screenshot and then you go to sell and it's higher. So you go back, you take a screenshot because it's higher, you're so happy, and then you go to sell, now it's down lower. So you're like, okay, I'll wait until it hits my screenshot level, and then it doesn't, and then it starts falling down, and then it starts falling below the previous screenshot. And no worries, I'll just wait till it comes back up to the screenshot level, and then first thing you know, you're caught and you're waiting for the rest of the day, and so the whole idea is behind this is you were happy in the first place when you took that screenshot. If you had sold, you would have sold higher than that screenshot, so everyone would have been happy. But no, instead you decided not to sell and to be greedy for a higher screenshot. So if you took that screenshot, is the time you were extremely happy with the turnout, and the market only showed you that there was a possibility that you could go higher, and this is that little FOMO voice talking, and this is what we need to avoid. So Byron and I are always saying, screenshot rules. You take the screenshot, you gotta take it and leave.
Yeah, but so many times, how many of you taken your screenshots on your shares that are running? Then you're always like, I don't know when to sell. But then you're like, we talk about this screenshot rule, but you're just like,
You took a screenshot, bro. Close the trade.
Bro, somebody
Correct.
asked if you're getting the booster shot on stream.
who said that? Get him out of here. I'm just kidding.
Well, that's an interesting question. I don't know if you guys have. No, I don't think you guys have. But now that the under 12 vaccine has been, I know you guys have been having this Pfizer for longer than us. However, I was curious to see how many kids got their, the kids under 12 got their third of a shot done, and the booster shot. How is this going to affect our overall immunity, especially with this new Omicron coming up? It's extremely viral, but contagious. But I'm not sure if it's going to affect as much as the first version of the COVID, or interact as much. So it's a good question. How about you guys? What do you think? Well, in fact, people say that we're in this for a long time, and the fact that we will live with it for years to come. So it looks like we will get vaccines every year for a strain or a new branch of whatever COVID every year. What do you guys think about that? Will you
I think we all get to be guinea pigs till the rest of our lives. So
I mean, if you say it like that, I don't get the flu shot, so I'm okay.
stay back.
No, but have you ever had the flu? That's the thing. I mean,
Right.
having the flu, people say, yeah, I got it. Like, no. People that had the flu remember. If you had the flu, you're like caught in bed. You're absolutely out of service for days. It's not a cold like I had last week. I feel horrible. I had bad cough and sinuses problems then, but that's not the flu. It's a cold. It's different. So I've never had a flu shot, but I don't think I've ever had the flu either. Now, this is different. This is something that you put someone in a room and it's pretty much guaranteed that we all get it. I can't remember how much more contagious it is than what do you call this disease where you got um, little bumps, little what do you call it?
Chicken pox.
Chicken pox. Thank you.
I was like,
So
Goosebumps.
that's extremely contagious. But once you get it once, I mean, you get you get immunity for it. But it's like I can't remember. I think it's like 20 something times more contagious. So obviously, if someone walks in a room with a disease like that, we will probably all get it. It's just how much some people have no effect, no side effects at all. They are just a host kind of thing. But I'm curious. I mean, JT, I mean, 007, you're saying that you're not getting a flu shot, so you're probably not going to chase after a yearly shot for your COVID. How about you, both JTW and Byron? Are you going to be the guinea pigs, or are you going to take more elderberries?
Well, I mean, my elderberries come from a dispensary, so
You got the elderberries plus.
yeah, I've got. Well, I shared in our sort of our pre-show chat. I got some stuff called Magic Johnson. So, if it'll cure HIV, it'll probably knock out COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm fully vaccinated. I'm not worried about getting booster shots. It's I don't know. I respect people's viewpoint on it either way.
I'll
But
be your booster if you're ever down.
I know I can rely on you, buddy. But yeah, I mean, I think we're going to be saddled with this thing for the foreseeable future, and there's going to be things that we'll try to do from a medical standpoint to slow the spread or make it less problematic, and try to keep things as normal as possible. But I think eventually it's just going to become like another flu, right? It's something that we just have to be aware of, but you know shutting down life as we know it, I don't think we'll see that again, at least not anytime soon, I hope.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm pro getting the first shot. I'm vaccinated as well. I'm really big on getting the first shot, but I'm not too crazy about getting the second or like the booster shot. I think it's good to have your body detect the virus in the system and stuff. But just like getting those extra shots, I don't know. From my experience, it just messed me up so bad. I don't think I want to even go through that ever again. And like I remember even in the beginning when they were saying, oh, you like the people that would have side effects was like 0.00000005, like super low. And then suddenly out of nowhere, they're like, oh, you know what? If you were like under 30-year old or something and you were male, you were more likely to get that, to get the side effects from the Moderna shots. And that's kind of what happened to me. I had like the heart inflammation and it just like messed me up for a whole month. So I think like if as long as you're like staying, safe, and you're like taking care of yourself and you're not like out there in a situation where you're exposed every day on a daily basis. And if you don't want to take the booster, you're fine. I think that's okay. But it's
Oh,
tricky.
is this my turn? Is this the awkward silence? Just kidding. I honestly will probably get the booster just to say that I could. Um, it's free. Why not? I'm not gonna die. If I die, I'll put you all on my will type deal. Guru, you can take Merlin, my best position, in one of my cars. You can do that. But I just like to me, it's like I'm okay with being a guinea pig. Like life has been good, and for me, I've personally seen both sides of things, where I've seen people pass away with COVID and, that weren't vaccinated, and I've seen people that have gotten COVID vaccinated, but it's just been less abrasive. So to me, it's just kind of like an eye opener for, it might be a good thing, but I'm not, and I'm not crazy, or like, if you're not vaccinated, don't talk to me. Like, I'm not like that. Like, I don't care. Like, that's your personal life. Like, everyone has their own health concerns, and the world just needs to respect that as well. Like, it's a crazy world we live in these days.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we've got a team meeting coming up here shortly, and I think we've given the people all they want and probably more than they asked for. So,
Well,
should we wrap it up? Should Dave Chappelle show up with the wrap it up sign?
now this was great to have you all in here. Thank you very much, Byron, for your presence. It's you're welcome at any time. I'm sure Amy is probably going to walk away every time you step in, but it's all good. We know how to do it now. And 007, it's a pleasure to have you with us. And obviously, we'll be announcing the new thing coming up. And you started the idea, and it will be your little baby. So people have a great weekend. JTW, thank you for your presence as well. And again, Byron, his DM is always open. Make sure to make his box explode over the weekend with questions. And
If you can phrase that any better.
we'll see you all on Tuesday morning. Until then, stay safe, and don't believe everything that you read in the papers or on the web.
Yeah, it's definitely been fun. Like, I know we didn't talk about trading as much as we probably should have, but it was, I've had quite a few DMs alone, so we're good. I had fun, and hopefully I'll be invited again.
Oh, for sure.
You will, brother. All right, people. Have a good one. Have a good weekend, and see you soon.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Take care, guys.
Take care, guys. So let's see what happened in the market today. That was fun. Did we get a market unbalance? Market imbalance today was 562 million to the south side. Things were looking pretty red today. Then we got that move all the way back. We were down to as low as 449. Bumped back to 452.94 for the close to kind of trap all the bears. So I guess a lot of people are probably shorting this way down, and they probably push that close just so people can close again. It's kind of been something that they've been doing almost every day. They did that yesterday as well. Things are closing down. They pushed it up only to bring it back down again. Oof. Do we have any earnings today? We had some earnings from this morning that we play in our earnings lotto. So one of the ones that we play was Big Lots. They had a pretty good earnings, negative 14 cents EPS, beat estimate of negative 16. Sales is 1.34 billion as opposed to 1.32. So, however, it's showing that they had a huge decrease compared to the same period last year. Sales and EPS. Probably due to a lot to the supply chain and just inflation and cost going up for a lot of these cheaper items that they were selling, the discount items. So they said they were cutting their full year guidance, but the stock actually moved up today. The stock was up from 41 to 46. Went very close to a lotto position because they said that they were going to do a $250 million stock buyback, which was pretty bullish for the company on a short-term basis, but long-term not too crazy because like if they're saying they're not anticipating to have a good year and things are slowing down, and they're coming back to like their 2-year price point over here at $29, I don't see a huge buying opportunity on them on the longer run. What's the baby project? Insider news to Twitch subs? Oh, that could be a good idea. I mean, we could do something like that. But I think we already kind of have the insider news too. We could try to push it to Twitch subs as well, but I don't think Twitch sub is something that we're focused too much on. I mean, we appreciate it. I'm not even sure where the money goes, honestly. When we get the Twitch subs, I think it just goes into like a .co, and then someday maybe I'll see it and I'll find it. Probably not. But I'm sure that's probably something we can set up to help our Twitch viewers as well. But if you're already a member at our Discord, we do have the market update emails that we push out on, I think, on every Sunday. The last time I spoke with some of the admins, they said that's something we push out on a Sunday basis, and we also post. I also post market outlooks as well. I think the weekly one pushes one of the market outlooks that one of our other top analysts, Time Hawk, pushes out, and he looks at a lot of like technical aspects of things like the dicks, the gicks, the gex, and all that other stuff, the squeeze metrics. So for some of you guys that are new, so it's the doc index. So he looks at this a lot. And this could be like, it could be looking at just like a Picasso painting sometimes all over the place, but it has its reasoning from time to time. So usually like when this is very low, when the gex is very low and it goes to the negative side, that usually signals like a lot of selling, but it could also signal a bottom as well. So kind of like over here, we saw it hit the bottom there, and then we end up finding the bottom of the market. So same thing here as well. So you can see those correlations, right? When it goes very, very low, if we were charting this, we would draw the support somewhere like this, right? And then we would just kind of point it like that over here. So every time it hits the low, it usually signals the bottom pretty well. So kind of like that. But at the same time, you have to know good technical analysis to really, be good at that, because just because it signals that bottom, you have to find the support line and see if the reason is there as well, in that sense. So right now it's pretty low. It could mean like, this is a nice buying opportunity. It could be signaling the bottom, but sometimes it could also do a spike and have that dead cat bounce and, come back down again, right? So, and this is a natural thing that happens a lot in the market. So for people that bought here, thinking it was the bottom and spiked up and they kept buying more, looking at the reversal, they're gonna get wrecked over here. So that's also a reminder to be able to buy a lot of time too with that when you're doing things like that. Oh yeah, so if you guys have a chance, don't forget to check out the forum, and put in the survey and let us know what we can do better and things like that. Whether it's like, whether you guys want the stock elite channel to be stopped having so much spams and garbages in there, or whether you guys want newsletters for Twitch subs and things like that. These are great ideas that you guys can put in there and let us know, and we'll try our best to improve and give what the people want. But as far as the insider thing that Guru was talking about, we were setting up something where, like, in addition to like that market update, we wanted to be able to like help people understand the market a little bit better. So something kind of similar to like the market outlook thing that I was already doing. So kind of like these market outlooks thing that I post like every Monday. We want to provide a little bit more to that, the reasoning behind those things, and how like, and how like those things affect me, and what I think are some possible catalysts for the markets to go up or down. Like for example, I think like a week or two ago, I was talking to some of you guys that if you guys are the mentoring students, I was like joking about, oh, maybe the market would drop, and this and that, and for some of some of you guys, when I was mentoring you guys, and I was I would look at the chart and I was like, oh, maybe we'll come back to test this trend line. Who knows, it might sound like I was joking at that point in time, but at the same time, the market was just so bullish, and we had just so much green candles over here, right? We had so much green candles over here. Statistically, like probability wise, the chance of us coming down and cooling off, it was reasonable. It's very, very reasonable. It just so happens, we might not have known what the catalyst was at that time, but it was very reasonable for us to come back down. It just needed a good reason, and this new COVID just happened to be that reason that everybody was looking for. And if you guys are reading the news, checking out Bloomberg's and stuff like that, they had talked about the Omicron variant for a while now. A lot of the stuff is very easy, man. A lot of the stuff is just support and resistance. You just gotta like watch it. Like for example, I could tell you one of the most basic thing is, once we started hitting this top range here, I wasn't even trading that much anymore. I just like, I I was joking with you guys, like it's not really much point to trade when the money flow is already peaked, because it goes back to one of the things I always talked about a lot, which is Warren Buffett saying, like, you want to be fearful when everybody is greedy, like when others are greedy, and you want to be greedy when others are fearful. So when we were in this range here, everybody was hella greedy. They were saying market to $500 when, like S&P $500 when, While me, I was just like chilling. I barely even made any plays anymore. I was making like 1 or 2 plays. I was mainly just playing my lotto account at this point. Like from this whole range here, that 20-30 days, all I did was play my lotto account. And then last like Monday and Wednesday, I started adding on some puts, because I started to see weakness in the market over here. And I saw that, we were just getting more and more weakness over here. And you see that flip in the candles. That's over here in that range was when I started, adding some lotto positions on the short side. And now they paid out like 7-fold. So you just gotta be patient and just kind of wait for that chop to happen. But all right, guys, I'm gonna head out. We got a team meeting going on. We're gonna end the stream here. We'll be back Monday to talk about more stuff. But other than that, have a great weekend, guys. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us. And I hope next week becomes a better week for all of you guys, man. Hopefully the market has a nice little bounce. We're looking for 448, 449, 448 area. We did hit that for a little bit today. So hopefully we do see a bounce in the market. But just remember, always buy longer expirations. That is key to success. Even as Byron was talking about earlier, you need to buy longer expirations, man. All right, boys, take care. Have a good night.